At a quiet dinner lit by soft amber light and the hum of background jazz, she said it, almost offhandedly, like mentioning a new restaurant someone recommended. Have you ever thought about an open marriage? Her tone was gentle, almost curious, casual, as if she hadn't just split the very fabric of our life with a single, surgical sentence. I didn't respond. Not with words. Just a single nod. Not in agreement, never that, but to mark the moment. To hold it in place, to keep it from slipping away into denial. In that stillness, everything shifted. Not just the air between us, but the very shape of us. The years, the trust, the belief in forever. It all began to quietly dissolve. She continued eating, cutting into her grilled fish with graceful precision. As if she hadn't just cracked the spine of our story. As if nothing seismic had happened. The faint scrape of her fork against porcelain lodged itself deep in my memory. An insignificant sound that somehow marked the beginning of the end. I didn't ask who he was. I already knew. We'd met him in university, back when she shone the brightest in every room. Driven. Witty. Always one step ahead of everyone. Except me. Or so I thought. She used to say I was her calm, her safety, her place to land. We had built a life together. Slowly, thoughtfully. A home filled with memories, a business born out of late-night brainstorming and blind faith. A rhythm that felt unshakable. I ignored the signs. The growing absences disguised as work trips. The way her phone lived in her hand like a secret. The smiles that no longer reached her eyes. The warmth between us turned lukewarm, then cold. But I clung to hope. The foolish kind that keeps you breathing in a house already filling with smoke. Then one stormy evening her phone, carelessly left on the couch, lit up. A single message on the lock screen. Dying to feel you again. I didn't unlock it. I didn't need to. I had already solved the riddle. That night, the pain inside me hardened into something quieter. Something colder. Not rage. Not tears. Just clarity. For 3 months, I said nothing. I faded into the background like wallpaper, watching. Studying. Preparing. Her lover was easy to identify, a younger co-worker from our company, charming in the way shallow men often are. All shine, no substance. I watched her slip away from me while she thought she was getting away with it. But I wasn't idle. While she was chasing hotel rendezvous and late-night whispers, I was quietly rewriting the future she thought she owned. I used the power of attorney she'd once signed without reading, back when trust still meant something, to restructure everything. I secured our company under discrete shell corporations, moved assets overseas, separated the emotional from the financial with surgical precision. Then, when the stage was perfectly set, I filed for divorce. No fanfare. No confrontation. Just paperwork. Crisp, final, devastating. She was served at a gala. Cameras flashing. Eyes watching. She tore the envelope open with trembling fingers across the room while I sipped whiskey, and offered a single nod from the shadows. It was over before she could even begin to panic. 2 days later she stormed into my office, her face flushed, voice trembling with disbelief. "You set me up," she hissed. I said nothing. I didn't need to. I slid a folder across the desk. Inside, bank statements, photographs, chat logs, receipts, hotel bookings. Every breadcrumb she thought she had buried. Her fingers flipped through them, gradually slowing as her facade crumbled. "No one will believe this," she whispered. "I don't need them to," I replied calmly. "Your board will." The final blow came in the boardroom. 16 executives seated around a gleaming table. A major merger pending. She walked in with confidence, oblivious to what I'd shared with them. I didn't have to speak. They did it for me. By the end of the meeting, the merger was dead, and so was her role. Unanimous. They voted her out. She looked at me like she didn't know me anymore. Maybe she didn't. Maybe I didn't either. I had become someone new. Sharpened by betrayal, sculpted by silence. That night she called. Her voice was quieter than I'd ever heard it. I screwed up. I let silence answer. 2 weeks later she moved out. Her lover didn't show up to help her pack. She tried to fight the prenup, tried to claw back something, but I showed her the accounts, the receipts, the timeline, the digital breadcrumbs she never thought I'd collect. In the end, she walked away with far less than she expected. I kept the rest. Now I sit in the home we once built. Her laughter still lingers faintly in the walls, but it's just an echo, stripped of warmth. A ghost of a life that ended long before she walked out. I'm not bitter. Bitterness is lazy. This was deliberate. This was justice. Sometimes I replay that dinner. The way she said open marriage like it was a shared adventure we could try on a whim. As if I was just another safe option in her expanding horizon of desires. As if I wouldn't notice the foundation cracking beneath us. But I did notice. And I didn't open the marriage. I ended it. With clarity, with silence, with the kind of finality that doesn't beg or break. When she finally left, I told her the truth, plain and sharp. There's no need for an open marriage. We're done. You're free to be with whoever was worth burning this down for. She didn't say a word. Just picked up her bags and walked out. I didn't watch her go. I poured a drink, sat down in my chair and moved forward.